We are not merely living in an age of lies, but in an age where lies are currency, transacted, traded, and treasured for the power they confer. Hendrik Petrus Berlage. When I first wrote these words, I was not speaking of politics or propaganda as you understand them today, but of architecture, of facades, of false ornamentation, of stylistic deception passed off as meaning. Yet, what is architecture but a mirror of its age? And what is a lie but a surface that conceals a hollow structure beneath? In my time, I saw buildings constructed to mimic past eras, Renaissance facades masking industrial skeletons, Gothic echoes hollowed of sacred geometry. We were constructing illusions, palaces of pretense, with no honesty in form or function. A building should reveal its soul, I argued. It should tell the truth of its materials, of its purpose, of its age. Yet everywhere I looked, truth was dressed in disguise, and those disguises were rewarded. This is what I meant when I said that lies had become currency. Today, the currency is no longer stone or steel, it is information. Data. Narrative. The performance of identity, the simulation of truth. Your age transacts in stories, in symbols, in frames, where what feels true is traded more profitably than what is true. Your architecture now is digital, algorithmic, psychological. And yet, it too is often hollow. Rendered to impress, but not to endure. What once applied to buildings now applies to your entire society. In your world, a faucet that moves markets or wins elections is treasured. A lie that confirms a tribe's bias becomes a token of loyalty. Entire media ecosystems flourish not by verifying, but by amplifying. This is not simply deception. It is a monetization of illusion. You do not just live among lies, you circulate them, you invest in them, you build institutions atop them. And when the structure begins to lean, you reinforce the facade, rather than examine the foundation. But understand this, no structure built upon untruth will endure. Not a cathedral, not a culture, not a democracy. In my own discipline, I believe that architectural form must follow function, that the inside must speak to the outside. Let this be your moral principle as well. Let your institutions reflect your ideals. Let your technologies reflect your ethics. Let your words reflect your thoughts, not your fears, not your need for approval, not your lust for power. The great cathedrals were not built by accident. They were built on foundations of integrity, on the precision of stone, the discipline of geometry, and the humility of time. A lie may be faster, flashier, more profitable in the short term, but it cannot hold the weight of history. And so, I speak now not only to architects of buildings, but to the architects of policy, media, education, and culture. I ask you, are you designing systems that conceal truth or reveal it? Are you constructing realities that elevate humanity or distract it? Are you building for this quarter or for the next century? Because truth, like architecture, requires discipline. It requires patience. It demands that we sacrifice comfort for coherence and style for structure. Lies are the currency of collapse. But truth is the mortar of civilization. If my quote resonates in your time, it is because the pattern remains. A culture enamored with appearances, seduced by spectacle, and resistant to introspection. But the remedy remains, too. It is not to tear down, but to build better. With clarity. With courage. With an unflinching commitment to what is, rather than what sells. So whether you are drafting a building or drafting a narrative, ask yourself, is it honest? Is it sustainable? Does it serve the whole? For what you build today will shape what others inherit tomorrow. And only the structures built on truth will still be standing.